Hello everyone, this is my little kitty, that's Sky. So I thought it would be interesting to talk about responsibilities because responsibilities can cause quite an imbalance to the body if we're doing too much, too many things. Now, what we need to understand is which responsibilities are ours, the things that we're doing, and which responsibilities we're doing of other people. For example, a lot of parents are guilty of perhaps doing too much for the child and doing their responsibilities rather than allowing the child to take on their responsibilities, even for waking up your child in the morning if they're at a certain age or getting into bed at a certain time. So you have to make a list of what responsibilities you have daily, first of all, and write that all down. And when you see that, you'll be shocked about how many things you do. And then make in another column what things of those responsibilities are really yours or which ones are someone else's. Because if they are someone else's, you're not doing them any good because you're taking away their lesson, and they need to learn that lesson. So you have to, in Greek we call this word D.I.Y, which means you have to be sure you're making the right choices. If you're going to take that responsibility for that person, be sure that you're not taking away their lesson. Then you have to make a list of the responsibilities you're doing and you don't like, and the ones that you do like. Now, the ones that you don't like will take away energy from you. It will leak after you. Even though you may have given your word to do something, if you're very kind, maybe you have taken on too much responsibility. So the idea is about finding the balance. So we need to get first on paper what responsibilities we have, which ones are ours, which are not ours, which ones we like, which ones we don't like. And you want to see where your stress levels are at when you're doing each responsibility. So if you have responsibilities, let's say if the highest stress level would be a 10. If, for example, taking your child to school was a 3, that would be okay. If your stress level reached up to a 10 for a certain aspect, like for me, it would be any financial, accounting, bank, lawyer things for me, it's like oil and water, so that would be a high stress level for me. But how can we balance that? Once we have down everything that we're doing and the things we like and the things we don't like, and rate each responsibility of where your stress levels are at. And then the idea is that you can then balance it out. You can see if it's something that you have to do and you can't get out of it, you have to do that responsibility, then you can change your attitude towards it. Because if it's something you've got to do, you can't get out of it, you might as well accept it, stop fighting against it, and work with it. So you need to flow, because when we don't flow with it, that can cause circulation problems, it can cause lymphatic problems, because we're not flowing, you see, and those are circulation systems in our body. So what we're doing on the outside is affecting us on the inside, energy-wise. So what else do we need to do? Hold on, I need to think. Okay, so we need to change attitude, we need to give back responsibilities that may not be ours. And then there's the responsibilities that we do because it's out of act of kindness, or it's a sacrifice, let's say, that you're doing that for that person, but it's something that you really want to do. So that doesn't leak energy, that gives you energy. But again, be sure that thing that you're doing for that person is not taking away a lesson. But like things for elderly people, for parents, and there's many things. So, so when you have everything clearly on your list, you can then make the changes. You can see what you can do, where you need to change your attitudes, and what things perhaps you can change. Maybe you're doing things that you really do not want to do anymore, and it's causing you so much stress that it's not worth it. So how can you change that? What can you do in its place? And is it possible that this can be done in another way? You need to ask yourself these questions and find solutions for them. If you cannot, again, we go back to the thing where you need to change your attitude and accept it. So these are the things that, if we bring more balance to it,